Welcome in, everyone. I am the Crypto Bull God, and this is All in the Charts. If you appreciate the content, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, drop me a comment, click the bell icon for all notifications to know when I go live each and every single weekday, starting off the live stream with a super chat. Todd, I got to tell you, man, you are the most consistent, one of the most consistent, loyal subscribers to the channel, and I appreciate it. Super chats are never expected, but always appreciated. Thank you so much. Feeling a lot more with it today, as you can tell. Yesterday was a combination of the week just starting off bad. Perhaps I'll share a few things at some point. And a really severe lack of sleep. And then we had an abysmal day on the market. Well, I wouldn't say an abysmal day, just sort of a lackluster day. I had virtually no engagement on my live stream. It just really wasn't the best live stream yesterday. So much more with it today. We're seeing a lot of excitement come back into the market today. It's funny, I had posted out today on X. Sorry. Where is that post? Oh, crypto in a nutshell. Monday, the house is on fire. Thursday, let's fucking go. This is the world of crypto. So we're going to take a look at current price action. Bitcoin's having a beautiful day today, up over 8%. Meme coins are exploding up. We haven't made up all of the losses that we suffered from last week coming into this week, but it would be unrealistic to expect otherwise, right? So we've spoken about some key price levels that we wanted to see close out this week to avoid a few things, so we'll kind of hit on that. But guys, it's TA Q&A today, and by the way, a couple announcements real quick. First off, waiting on a delivery right now. The background is going to look a little bit different shortly here. So I have a note out on the front door for UPS to leave that package at the door. Welcome in. DT is in the house. Always good to see you, man. I haven't seen you in a while. Very nice to hear from you. Second thing is, for those who are football fans, Nick Foles announced his retirement today. Big Dick Nick, who won us the Super Bowl back in 2018. And the last thing is, I am having myself a glass of wine this evening. So when I traveled into work, and I brought this out here so that everybody could see this exquisite bottle, this is the first time I've purchased a bottle of wine from Wisconsin. So this is from Algoma, and the name of the vineyard is Von Steele Winery. This is a Cabernet Sauvignon and Sauvignon. Look, I haven't even had wine in a while. I can't even pronounce it. Cabernet Sauvignon. Wow. It's actually very tasty. I traveled into Green Bay, Wisconsin. I'm pretty sure I shared that with you guys. And if you guys follow me on Instagram, you would have known that. I shared some photos and videos of Lambeau Stadium. James, welcome in. Guys, let's get into the charts. That's why you're here. You're certainly not here for me to talk about wine and Big Dick Nick. By the way, the engagement. Really appreciate it. YouTube judges me on the engagement. Guys, right now, you can see in the top 10 here I'm displaying. Nice to see some follow-through on XRP. It had a big day yesterday. It's up 1.5 points today. Doge is having a great day, up almost 8%. Shiba Inu up close to over 6%. Ton is having a beautiful day, up 12%. Cardano's up 5%. We can take a look at the charts if anybody's interested in Cardano. I don't know that anyone really is. AVAX is having a nice day. CZ's getting out of prison real soon. Binance is up 6.5%. Ethereum. We should take a look at Ethereum. It's up 10%. And check out Solana, up 8.5%. Bitcoin, the king dog, is up 8.3% today. If we check out the mid caps, Pepe 13%, Caspa 8%, HBAR 12%, Chainlink 9%. Boy, I bet you if I even looked at Casper, I bet you Casper's even up like 3, 4, 5% today. Casper 7.5%. Go Casper. All right. Okay, so let's get let's get into the charts here, and I'll certainly get, guys, by the way, feel free to drop your TA questions. We have plenty of time today to assess any questions that you have on the market. So take the opportunity today to interact with me. I'm very much alive today, unlike yesterday. I was dead to the world. So it's nice that the market decided to pick up on a day that I feel with it. Now, guys, right now, it's still too early to call. We're way too early in the bounce right now. But this has all the signs of a potential V-shaped recovery. It would be a huge win. We have to recognize price deviated significantly. And what we're trying to figure out right now, as price went lower than most people were expecting, we're trying to figure out is the bottom in, right? I shared with you yesterday, I lean towards the bottom being in. If it's not, we'll have some sort of a wick to go slightly below where we came at down here, maybe next week. But regardless, based on that common understanding now that we have in terms of what we're trying to assess, what we want to see from price action to begin to build confidence in us that the bottom is in, we need stair steps up. We need higher highs and higher lows. And the way that you're going to accomplish that is by regaining prior areas of price confluence as support, okay? We need to stair step up. We need to stair step up. So essentially, the way it would look, I'll try to illustrate it for you here in different boxes, okay? We'll make this box orange. So essentially what you want to do with price, again, this is a 12-hour chart, okay? What you want to do with price is you essentially, try to make this a little bit more realistic. What you essentially want to do with price is stair step up into all these boxes, okay? With the blue box being the main target. So you essentially want price, what you want to see from price is you want to see it consolidating within the green region between 56,500 and 61.8. Clearing 61,800 is a major win for us because that's a major area of price confluence. Now, the reason that I have the next box between 63,800 and 68,000 is because on this 12-hour chart, you can see because we're below the moving average, okay, it's going to serve as an area of resistance. We know this from basic technical analysis if you've been following this channel for a while. This is going to be a major price region because we not only have an area of resistance at 63,800, we also have two moving averages that we're now under, right? So it's going to take a lot of effort to push through and sustain price action above there. So the first two key areas that I would want to see reclaimed, okay, the area we're in right now between 56.8 and 61.8, price can stabilize there for a few days, completely fine with that. Then I want to clear 61.8 and I want to get above 63.8 to 68. Spend some time in here, clear 68 and start pushing up towards $74,000. Now, same sort of comments that I had back here. Remember, if you've been here for a little bit now, actually not that long, when we were down in this area here, I said once we get up to 68, we clear it and we confirm support on top of 68,000, it's fucking go time. We never confirmed. You don't go to a 12-hour chart. You would at least go to a daily chart to confirm whether price action is beginning to confirm prior price confluence that was resistance as support. So what you want is you want a daily candle body to close up at or above 68,000. You want the preceding candlestick to close at or above 68,000. As you can see, candlestick 1 closed above it, candlestick 2 re-entered it, and we went down, okay? So what we're waiting for now is the same thing. We're waiting for now. I am telling you with a high degree of conviction that once we confirm $68,000, $68,000 is the key level. Once we confirm $68,000 as support, we will be seeing new all-time highs in relatively short order. That is my educated view. Now, when is it realistic? So many people get hung up on timing, and I really don't like to emphasize timing on this channel. I also don't like to emphasize price points. Again, I'm going to point you to this video. That's why I came up with this video. I may be participating in a Spaces tomorrow on X, depending on what time it is and depending if I have availability. But one of the things I'm going to plan to point out in that Spaces is we can have a conversation about when we think the cycle's going to top. We can have a conversation about how high Bitcoin's going to go. I think the more informed thing you can do for yourself to increase your likelihood of success, and this is coming from someone who's been here for a while and made stupid mistakes, dumb mistakes, okay, and has learned from it. Use indicators that are telling you we're in an impulsive top and have historically told you with precision when we were at or nearing a blow-off top. And use a handful of them, right? You can't rely on one chart or one indicator, because if you rely on only one chart and only one indicator, you are implying certainty. There is no certainty in life besides living and dying. I cannot emphasize that enough. So this is generally what we want to see with price action. I'm not even going to look at the price indicators. Let's just focus on price action. I'm not expecting us to just blow past 61,800 the next day or so. If we did, it would be extremely bullish if we could break above 61.8 and hold that as an area of support. We'll certainly see how the next 3 days play out, but not counting on it. I would anticipate some sort of a consolidation in here, possibly some sort of an attempt to head fake people out and come down here, and then I would anticipate coming all the way back up into this region and holding as support until we get back up here. From a timing perspective, I really wouldn't expect anything glorious that could ensue. Not really until getting into September timeframe. I think this month of August, we need to spend some good, healthy amount of time creating price structure on the charts and allow things to resituate themselves, since we had a large vomit within the market, right? Peter Schiff, I love Peter Schiff. Peter Schiff was taking victory laps on Sunday night. Guys, I don't know if you were in that Spaces, I reposted it. And I had the opportunity to interact with him. He was taking victory laps and saying that Bitcoin, of course, for the 3,700th time in his life was going to zero. Guys, thumbs up if you appreciate the content. I see twice as many people viewing as thumbs up, which is not good for the YouTube algorithm. What other charts? We'll have to take a look at how this weekly closes out. The thinner this body gets, we don't need to know the name of the candlestick. The thinner this body gets, the more bullish it is for us. Hell, if it turns green, that's very bullish. But the story is seller exhaustion. Price came all the way down here for some sharp volatility and got eaten all the way up here and closed at where we opened or very close to it. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. The 2-week chart, again, key level here, 60,800. We want to see this 2-week candlestick ideally close out. Now, this 2-week candlestick is set to close on Sunday. More than likely, I get a little animated here sometimes. More than likely, time permitting, and I think I'll have some time this weekend, I view this week's close as very important, because if we were to close below 60,800, as much of a retracement as we saw here, which is very bullish on the wick, we still have a bearish engulfing 2-week candle, which is not good. So this 2-week close, the weekly close, how price action is looking on Sundays is pretty pivotal. So I'm going to try to make some time on Sunday just for your awareness to live stream the weekly close, so keep that in mind. Couple other charts I wanted to take a look at. Feel free to begin. Ugo, it's good to see you, my friend. Guys, feel free to begin dropping your TA questions. Anything you'd like me to chart, feel free to mention the ticker symbol. It can be crypto, it can be non-crypto, and I'd be happy to chart it out for you. You know, Tuesdays and Thursdays are live TA Q&A days. So today is Thursday, right? Hopefully it's Thursday. I thought it was Thursday. Okay, let's just focus on price action. It's doing exactly what I said it would do. Technically, we need this to close before confirming this as resistance, but there's no way that's pushing up. So We broke structure here, right? We were if you can't kind of visualize it, we were coiled up here on the DXY. This is on the weekly, and we're beginning to break down, which is great. This is what we talked about. We didn't know when the dollar index would fall down, right? We didn't know when the dollar would weaken, but we knew based on the chart, the probabilities were in our favor that it would break down versus break up. Remember, when we came up here into this region back in April, people are like, oh my God, the strength in the dollar, the strength in the... Guys, we still printed a lower high. Then we came down here and we printed this, and it was another lower high. There was nothing... Again, there's a lot of influencers out there that use these thumbnails and clickbait tactics that just make me nauseous inside, quite frankly. But the dollar is exhibiting a lot of weakness, and this is what I was also attempting to communicate on the spaces that I was on Sunday, is that Peter Schiff admitted that he was expecting weakness in the dollar. Well, okay, how is that bearish for crypto in the stock market? Historically, there is an inverse relationship between the DXY and the stock market and crypto. Remember, guys, I am in the camp that there's going to at some point be a very harsh correction. But the big difference, the critical difference between myself and the people that have been calling for that massive correction, they've been calling for a massive correction for 2 years now, and they've been wrong. A broken clock is correct twice a day, right? So, or once a day is correct. Once a day, twice a day. Now I forget the expression. These are the things that happen when you're on live TV. TV? This is not TV. This is the YouTubes, the algorithms, the waves. Guys, speaking of the algorithm, apparently you guys hate me. I mean, literally, you do not like me. I don't know why the hell you're tuned in right now. Please, for the love of God, just spend a second, take your elbow, and just click the thumbs up for me. You can hide the comments. You see a thumbs up, click it for me. If you don't click the thumbs up, you're implicitly stating that you're trolling the channel, you don't support me, and you don't want to see me succeed at this. Been doing this for a long time. Channel is very small. Trying to get the channel bigger, okay, with the limited amount of time that I have. Yes, I actually do have a limited amount of time. I have a day job. I'm an actuary. I do a lot of integral pricing and analytical things, fun things, okay? So would appreciate the engagement with the free time that I choose to spend with you. You choose to spend it with me as well. But I'm providing free education and entertainment. So I understand the argument of having some sort of a harsh correction within the markets. What I don't understand is how someone can take a victory lap when it eventually does ensue, when they have been incorrect 25 other times in the past two to 2.5 years that it hasn't happened. Remember, my view is that by the fourth quarter of this year, look in your portfolio right now, okay? Go to your crypto portfolio and look at the USD or your currency relative price levels of those assets, okay? My view that I've shared with you and been reiterating is that by the fourth quarter of this year, those prices, no matter what you're holding, is going to be substantially higher, okay? So I don't know when the massive correction is going to come in the market, but we're not focused on that right now. We're focused on paying attention to some of these price levels and where we want to see prices ultimately get to. So great to see some weakness in the DXY. Let's take a quick look at Ethereum. And then I'm going to check the chat here because I want to start charting things that you have questions on. Else, I'm going to be twiddling my thumbs over here. And we've only been on the live stream for 18 minutes. We got plenty of time here. Okay. This was the region I said I ultimately wanted to see hold as support. In generalities, it's very good to see that we have a nice long wick coming on the Ethereum candle. That's great to see. Same as Bitcoin. Seller exhaustion is what it indicates. We'll have to see where this closes out. I mean, it's probably rather obvious, but the most bullish thing we could do that isn't unrealistic, but the most bullish thing we could do is close at or above the 50 simple moving average, which is at essentially 2,700. I don't think we're going to close this week at 2,700, but we want, basically, this is what you want to focus on for Ethereum. You want this body to be as thin red as possible. I would be shocked, like the Shockmaster. I would be shocked if this turned green. I'm not anticipating that. But that's what you want to watch for. The other thing you want to do with a lot of these majors, it's really important to keep in mind, how is the Bitcoin relativity value chart looking? Now, this is a monthly view. What we want to see ideally by the end of this month, we want to close up in this green region. This has been a huge area of price confluence that I've hit on so many times on this channel. So we'll have to see how we close out. We're still in a downtrend against Bitcoin. To me, it's kind of interesting. Having been here for so long, while I can't tell you anything with certainty, and no one can, I have more credence behind what I say because I've been here for a bit than someone who's a noob to the market. And what I can tell you is it's interesting to see how quickly narratives can shift and change and people lose hope in a project. The history tells us that Ethereum has a strong chart. And at some point, history also tells us that Ethereum takes over. Now, could this time be different because we have limited data upon which we're drawing our conclusions on? Absolutely, this time could be different. But if we are which I don't know how you would do anything other than this, if you're forming a view moving forward based on prior data, which is what you should be doing, then applying that to Ethereum states that at some point Ethereum is going to go fucking batshit crazy. Been here and seen it. So just have to display some patience. Solana real quick, just taking a look at another major. I guess I'll take a look at that chart real quick before we get to the questions. Wow. I mean, all these green areas of support. This is on a 2-week chart, actually. We wicked all the way down to here at 111, and we're holding above this area at 150. Very, very strong chart. Again, would not be surprised if Solana ends up making a new all-time high before Ethereum. Of course, Caspa is going to be making a new all-time high before either of these, but you know. Let's see who we have here and what TA questions that we have. Guys, I want to get into your TA questions because it's Thursday, so... Oh, God, Todd, I didn't even see your question. I apologize. Let me get to Todd's question first. I'm so used to you giving me a super chat, and you just super chat me. You never ask a question. I'm so happy that you're asking a question finally. Probability that Alchemy reaches its previous all-time high this cycle. Pretty sure that's 20 cents, right? If I had to give you a probability... That's at 10x from current levels. I think it's going to... I still think it... Okay, so I would say two things. One, it has underwhelmed. It has not performed as strongly as I was expecting, or I guess you could... I hate the word hope, but hoping to see, or at least my view was. But there isn't anything in the chart to suggest to me that we can't at least get to all-time highs. I think the worst case scenario for Alchemy is we don't get to all-time highs, and we fall just short around 18 or 19 cents. But I'm pretty sure the prior all-time high was at 20 cents, right? Let me see here. I am pretty sure, without pulling up a chart, because I have so many Alchemy charts and I forget which exchange has all the price data. That's why I'm just going to CoinMarketCap. Prior all-time high. Reject additional cookies. Cookies sound good right now. Cookies and wine? I don't know about that. Yeah, the prior all-time high is essentially 20 cents. Okay, but I'm not answering your question directly. You asked me for a probability. 24. CoinMarketCap says 20. 24 cents? Whether you're talking 20 or 24 cents, I would assign a... How certain do I feel? Let's take a look at the Alchemy chart, actually. Some of these charts that I really haven't looked at in quite a bit is because they're longer term holds for me. So I don't really focus on some of the granular price action. Well, I certainly don't like the way we've broken down on this upwards trend, expressing a degree of weakness here for sure. However, one could still argue we have some... Ooh. This is an inverse head and shoulders if I've ever seen one. So we got the shoulder, cup. Should turn the volume off on my work computer. Apparently someone's IMing me at nearly 6 o'clock. It is Central Time there, so we'll get back to that later. All right. Yeah, I mean, all the way up to prior all-time highs. You are correct that it shows 24 cents on Coinbase, actually. Man, you're asked, as an actuary, I take it very serious when you ask me for a probability. Now, understand this is a very, very complex, risky, volatile market. So if I had to assign a probability, I will say within a 10% margin. Okay, so 24 cents, I'll give it a 10% margin down to like 21.5 cents. The probability that we hit 21 cents or above, I'll assign a 65% probability, which actually, when you think about it, is a relatively high probability. Now, if I compared this chart to something like Harmony 1, which has underwhelmed, to say the least, if you were to ask me today, to all my fellow Harmonauts, I love all you guys, and you know I keep it real with you. That's what I have to do. My opinion now is different than it was, once again, because we've underperformed, is different than it once was. So we're all the way down here at a penny. The probability of us hitting 40 cents, I'm going to give that like a 20% probability, maybe. I think it's 80% more likely that it's not going to hit 40 cents. We're going to create a lower high. Maybe we'll come up here to 18 cents or 20 cents. So for Alchemy, yeah, 65-70% probability of us getting at or close to those all-time highs. I definitely think from current levels it can do a 10x. Hopefully that was helpful. That was very wordy, Todd. Very, very wordy. I'm very verbose. But let me be specific. 65 to 70% probability. Hope that helps. Whereas I look at something like, just to put the probability in perspective, I look at something like Solana, and I say I feel 95% certain we're going to break all-time highs, right? You still leave some level of volatility in there, but margin in there to account for being incorrect. But yeah, 65% certain. I certainly think there's like a 35%. Now, the 35% would be us undercutting, right? So us only going up to maybe 18 cents or something like that. So, but I think when you're talking about 21.5 cents or above, I assign a 65 to 70% probability. I feel pretty damn good about that. I also think I'm not going to start putting out a distribution chart of probabilities, Todd. I'm just going to continue talking about this. I also think there's still a very good likelihood that we're going to go well above 24 cents. So keep in mind, that's not to say there's a 30% probability we go under 24 cents and a 5% we go over 24 cents. I'm saying 65% probability. I probably killed this point enough. You get my point. All right. I tend to talk sometimes, especially when I get a little animated. Let me see what we got here. DT, I may have missed some H-bar updates, but interested in your thoughts on targets, and now they may have changed over the past few months. Well, I'll tell you how they have changed over the past few years. Okay. Interestingly enough, I want to share something with you guys because I wanted to share this on a video at some point, and it's something that I hope one of the things that you appreciate about me as a content creator and educator is I'm always very honest with you. And at times I am maybe too honest with you, but I'm super transparent with you. When a lot of people on the YouTubes, because they probably feel like they owe it to nobody, they're disingenuous with you. I'm being very honest when I share these things with you. So H-bar is a great example. Someone shared something with me before I pull up this chart about dilution. And this was way back. If you still follow the channel, kudos to you. Kudos to you. Someone shared something about dilution with me back in 2021, and I poo-pooed it. Right? I had price targets for H-bar, and I poo-pooed it. I think there's a lot of truth to dilution, and it works the same way as it does with stocks as it does with cryptocurrency. So I think that's something that we need to consider with HBAR is the dilution taking place with that asset. As much as I love the Hashgraph technology, I love the community. What's very evident in this chart is I think dilution has impacted the chart, and I also think it's why is Cadena up here? I also think it's probably rather evident that it's been a lackluster performer. This is not right. Why is my I think I shared with you guys the other day, a lot of my charts got fucked up. I don't really know what happened. I sound like a boomer saying that, but it's the truth. I had a lot of charts that really got fucked up. Hopefully this chart's okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, so let's condense price action on HBAR. I'll tell you about the current story on HBAR, and I'll tell you realistically where I could see this going. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna give you what I think is a reasonable possibility for HBAR, and then we'll check the market cap to see if it kind of coincides with the market cap, okay? Just to make sense of it. But no, just let me clarify something. I do not see HBAR going to $2 to $5. Okay, HBAR is not going to hit $2 to $5 this year or next year. Okay, now I know I had a price target range out there somewhere around $2 to $5 a couple years ago. It has absolutely changed since then. Okay, if we condense price action to a monthly, let's have an honest conversation about the strength in HBAR. We were all the way down here in 2023 at 4 cents. In fact, we were at 3.5 cents. Okay. We created a high at 9 cents. We created a higher low at 4 cents, and we exploded up to 18 cents, which was phenomenal. But we've since retraced to essentially, yes, this is a higher low, but I would argue this is a double bottom, right? A lot of weakness here. Now, really not liking what I'm seeing that we re-enter this green zone here, okay? So it's just not as strong a performer. And if you're going to argue with me and say, oh my God, CBG or an HBAR barbarian, how could you say such a thing? Guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I keep using the word honesty. We have been bleeding against this is really the only chart you should pull up to validate your line of thinking. We've been bleeding against Bitcoin since 2022. There's been no uptrend. If you even look at something like, actually I haven't looked at this chart in a while. Again, an asset that I hold, and I know for a while this was a very strong chart. Look at Track BTC. Much different story, right? Look at what the story has been since 2022. Well, this is actually where's 2022? Right here. So we've kind of actually gone sideways, but we're at least consolidating for the past couple years in an uptrend, versus HBAR has been in a complete downtrend. It's the truth of the matter. How am I going to make this data look any different? I can't fudge the numbers, all right? I'm not Enron, all right? I'm not going to start deleting a bunch of papers and shredding them up. If anybody is, am I dating myself? You guys familiar with Enron? So, DT's question is, what are some realistic price targets? I'd have to revisit Fibonacci extensions to see if something close to $1 is possible, but I would say hitting the prior all-time high, similar comments as ACH. Hitting the all-time high or getting relatively close to it, I would give a high degree of likelihood. I don't think we're going to go substantially above the prior all-time high. So anywhere under $1 to 58 cents. Now, if we go to CoinMarketCap, what does that actually translate to? Again, I'm not going to look at Fibonacci extensions right now. But less than $1 and right around all-time highs. Well, right now, the market cap of HBAR at 5.8 cents is $2 billion, 2.1 billion, all right? So if we went to 58 cents, not accounting for additional tokens entering the system, we're applying a simplified approach. If we take 58 cents and we divide it by the 0.058, we'll just round it, That's a 10x. We're going to multiply that by the 2.064, and we get a $20 billion market cap. That seems reasonable, but I think we can go higher than that. So if we went up to, say, the 80-cent region, 0.8, somewhere in between 58 cents and $1. If we want the 80 cents, we divided that by the 0.058. We multiplied that by the 2.064. Yeah, you're closer to a $30 billion market cap, which isn't unreasonable. So I think it's reasonable to assume we'll get somewhere close to a $30 billion market cap, which is telling me, just based on that calculation, that if you're looking for a price target without looking at Fibonacci extensions and a reasonability check on market cap, I think 58 cents to 80 cents is realistic. I think that's realistic. But it's well south of what I had originally communicated. Guys, the live stream's going for a while. I'm pouring myself a little bit more wine here. And I'm doing myself dirty here. I'm not weighing this out. I've been weighing every single damn thing that I eat and drink, and I'm not weighing that out. So we'll have to guesstimate that. Okay, other questions. CBG is... So something else I will share with you, because I'm actually feeling the effects of the wine right now. This is kind of hysterical to me. Something else I will share with you on this live stream. One of the things I noted to you after I went through my surgery and had all the crazy things happen with me, I reassessed my health and said I wanted to make changes with certain things. So one of the things that I've very recently done for the past couple months is I've really scaled back a lot of my drinking. Okay, not to make myself sound like an alcoholic. I've never been an alcoholic, but a lot of happy hours, a lot of, well, it's Thursday and then it's Friday and we're going out on Saturday. And it was a lot of drinking. And then when you go out drinking, then it's like 3, 4, 5 drinks. And so I have scaled that back considerably to like 1 day a week of like 2 to 3 drinks. Okay, if that. I've skipped weeks before. So one of the things that happens is when you scale back like that, your tolerance goes down. So I had 1 glass of wine, and I feel like a lightweight over here. I'm already feeling it. So, all right, let's 8 billion market cap. I'm just watching this comment. 8 billion market cap for Harmony. All right, I got to get to this comment. DCF. Let me say something, just so nobody, and I'm fine. We can agree to disagree. That's fine. I can love a project. I can love a team. I can love a community. And I can also be honest about the charts at the same time, right? I'm an investor, okay? Can I support the team and support the project and be positive about it, but yet be realistic about price action, right? Or should I be unrealistic about price action because I'm biased based on my love of the community or love of the team? I think my view is, if I am to serve you best as an honest educator in this space, I'm going to always remain honest with you with what the charts tell me, despite what project it is. And I hope that makes sense. 99%, it is my opinion that 97% of people in this space are not like that. They are not like that. I've seen enough to feel confident with that assertion. Not 99%, but 97%. 8 billion. So what you're saying is it's unrealistic, my friend. And I'm not saying it can't get there someday, but you're talking about unrealistic expectations here. You're talking about a 51x. So you're talking about it getting up to 50 cents. Now, was there a time where I thought Harmony One would hit $1? Abso-fucking-lutely. But we're not going to hit an $8 billion market cap this year or next year. Is it possible at some point down the road? Yes, I think at some point down the road, but I'm not this year or next year. You're expecting a 50x in a project that has completely underwhelmed. Remember, I created the holy crypto trinity: HBAR, Mana, and One. It doesn't mean that I can't be honest with you with my assessment. And if you disagree, that's fine. But It'll be whatever the realistic market cap will be, whatever I said with the USD price, what I think is realistic. But I don't see $8 billion. There isn't anything in the chart to support that. There really isn't. That's just me being honest. It'd be like, I'm just going to repeat myself. I'm just being honest with you guys. And I know sometimes the honesty hurts because you're emotionally invested in something. And by the way, DCF, I'm not saying you're emotionally invested. That's not what I'm implying. But what I've noticed is the feathers you ruffle the most in this space are those who are emotionally tied to their backs. Think about a Bitcoin maxi, okay? I have said consistently throughout the time that I've been in the spotlight on social media that being a maximalist and expressing tribalism, which humans have a tendency to do, it is ignorance. It is the reason my background continues to change as things evolve and change, as I change as a content creator. My background used to be Bitcoin and XRP. That was completely intentional because I support, and to this day, I still support both projects. And I loved having them side to side because of the controversy of maximalists, right? Whether you're talking about XRP maximalists or Bitcoin maximalists. Okay, let's see what other questions we have here. We can make this a longer live stream. If you guys are willing to stick around, I don't mind answering all your questions, honestly. Honestly, if you want to know what my day is going to look like once I end the live stream, I'm going to have my last meal of the day, and then I'm going to sit down and see who's IMing me and write down some notes for myself on things I want to accomplish tomorrow at work. And then in the coming week, some things I have to do. So that's what my evening looks like. That's about it. So, and I might chill for a little bit. By the way, the preseason, for any Philadelphia Eagles fans out there tomorrow, they're playing the Ravens. So I'm looking forward to catching that. If I can catch it. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to watch it. Do you think there is a chance we just missed the bull run? James, you haven't been here very long, have you? No. No. I've spent way too much time answering that question. Feel free to go back to my prior live streams. I'm not even going to entertain the question because I've answered it too many times. Ugos, it's really nice to see you here. James, to answer your questions, yes, you can use Bitcoin Tether, but to answer your question on topping, what, in my opinion, having been here for a while, you want to find historical indicators that indicate impulsive tops and when the market has actually topped, and use a handful of indicators. Again, if you don't know where to start with my video, okay? And it's not a plug for you're already subscribed to the channel, probably. It's not a plug for the channel or a plug for the video. It's a plug for education. Watch the video, learn from the video, and then apply it to however you want to put your sell strategy together. You might only use 2 or 3 of my indicators. You might not want to use all 6. That's fine. Use the strategy. Use the foundation. Use some of the indicators at least, okay? But that should give you a good starting point if you're not quite sure where to start. Track, I see your point on Bitcoin dominance. I forgot to look at that. That was the other chart I wanted to look at with you guys. Yeah, Bitcoin dominance may have topped. We'll have to see. Typically that happens. Well, this is an interesting point. Very, 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 very interesting. Why did I just talk like an Indian? I don't really know what's going on there. So we're in this, now remember, this is a weekly chart, so this candlestick hasn't printed yet. It'll probably print within here to keep the formation. Of course, this is on a 2-week, though, the rising wedge. So more than likely we'll close down here. But Bitcoin dominance is starting to push up towards 58%. We might be topping. You are correct. Remember, I am not going to come out here and start posting on Twitter that we're in alt season until what? Until we break out of the rising wedge. We break 53% and we hold it as resistance. Now, once we break 53 cents, I'm sure I'll tweet something out and say, because I still like to use the word tweet instead of post. I'll tweet something out and say, be on high alert. We might be on altcoin season watch. But what we need remember me saying this to you. For everybody listening right now, remember me saying this to you. Once 53 breaks, it's not going to be a waterfall. When 53 breaks, there's going to try to be a reclaim of 53. Remember me saying that. And then we're going to plummet and fall over. Okay? I feel very confident in stating that. But Bitcoin dominance looks like it is nearing the end. This is it's just a waiting game, guys. And this is where, when there's those peak times of euphoria or peak times of fear, this is why I am so calm. Now, I come out here with a lot of energy, but keep in mind, during that big dump on Sunday, I'm posting out funny tweets. Okay? The reason I'm so calm is because I know where to go and what to look to inform me about what's going on in the market, right? Relying on the data to say, hey, here's what's going on. I'm not going to feed into my emotions. Like, yeah, there's a lot of volatility coming in, but let's assess key price structures. Anything changed high level? No, nothing has changed high level. That's why I remain so calm. It's not arrogance. It's not hubris. It is not hundreds, literally over the years, thousands of hours spent staring at a goddamn computer screen doing charts. I have earned where I'm at today, and everybody here has the capability to do that, but in order to do that, you need to take it upon yourself to study the data and get unemotional about price action. I have an old wallet with several million SHIB on it, not worth much. But which of your 3 meme coins would you roll it into? So, DT is talking about the crypto triple threat. Let's go to the crypto triple threat. The crypto meme triple threat is with Brett and Wojak. So if I had to give you one, it depends on what your risk tolerance is. If you want to be super risky, like if you just want to be like the riskiest you could be, understanding there's more risk to the downside and much more risk to the upside, I would absolutely go Wojak. However, if you wanted to be a little bit more risk averse and not go balls to the wall risk, I'd go Brett. I think Brett's going to be huge. I think that Brett will have a minimum market cap somewhere around the $30 billion mark. That's literally a 30x from here. Now, that might sound like a lot, or it sounds, oh, by the way, Jesus almighty Christ, Bitcoin's up at 60,808. Let's sound the motherfucking bells. Woo-wee! Let's see. Remember I talked about being unemotional? It's exciting, though. It's exciting. It's just exciting. Plus the wine's kicking in. This is like old school. Once it hits your lips. Frank the Tank. I just rewatched Old School recently. It's one of those movies you can't see it enough. Was I not on this chart? Where's the Bitcoin 2 week? Here we go. See, now you can see, why am I pulling this chart up? Because this is where we want price to close. Because you can see if it closes just above where we're at, we're not going to have a bearish engulfing candle, right? This is the price level we need price to close at. I mean, it's up. It's not many days you see Bitcoin up 10%. Do you want to have a little bit of fun real quick? Real quick on the live stream? Do you want to have a little bit of fun? Do you want to troll Peter Schiff? Hold on a second. Hold on. Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun together before we get back to the charts. Let's troll Peter Schiff. This is what happens when you have no tolerance for wine, you're a glass and a half deep, and you're live on YouTube. Let's troll Peter Schiff. It'll be so much fun. Let's do it. Hold on. Let me get down here. Who is more? I have to refrain. Lately, I've been posting things about politics, and I know that's a no-no. So I've just felt this urge because there's so much bullshit going on, but I should probably stick away from that. Okay, let's troll Peter. Hi, Peter. Taking 60K. Remember, for Q of this year on our spaces. No, I'm unfortunately I'm not a partner with Peter Schiff, although that'd probably be pretty cool. I said it would be significantly higher by 4Q of this year on your spaces Sunday night. Cheers, dog. You got to end the post with something unique, right? I can't just end it normal. You guys know, I mean, if you've been subscribed to this channel for a long time, you know I am anything but normal. I am about as far from normal as it gets. Cheers. Cheers, dog. Hi, Peter. Are you still taking victory laps now that Bitcoin is above 60,000? Remember, I said it would be significantly higher by 4Q of this year on your spaces Sunday night. Cheers, dog. All right. I love Peter Schiff. He's an awesome guy. All right, let's get back to the charts here. Let's get off Bitcoin dominance. Who was that? Was that Track? Thank you for reminding me to take a look at Bitcoin dominance. All right, let's see. DT, weird thing happened the other day. The TV showed Bitcoin dominance at 58%. Then when I looked the next day, it never showed that level being hit. Yeah, I thought I had heard it hit 58% as well, but I haven't seen it on any chart. I'm not sure. Todd, I'm only reading your comments now. Glad you found that very helpful. I'm finally seeing the 60,000 Bitcoin. Kenley, great documentary. I'll make a mention of that. I'll make note of that. Thank you, Kyle. I don't know what the hell that is. Kenley documentary. Okay. Guys, I take your comments very seriously. I don't know if you realize this, but keep in mind, I've shared this before, but man, my order is still not here. This delivery that I want to stick on my wall is not here. Keep in mind, I've shared this with you guys before, but the power of a community is extremely strong. It was my community who got me interested in looking into Harmony One. I became a Harmonaut. I'm still a Harmonaut. It was not my community, but the crypto community that got me to look into Caspa. And let me just tell you right now, my portfolio could not thank that community enough for pointing me in the direction of Caspa. I'm the one that ultimately did the research and felt comfortable about investing what I would consider a significant amount of capital into Caspa, and that has benefited me tremendously. We're nowhere near the top. But it's the community that really, if you're providing sound information, I'm providing sound information, it should be a two-way street, a win-win situation. Yeah, I think you shared this with me at one point, DT, that you're around the same age as me. I am showing my age. I own my age a lot more. I come out with it a lot more. But people are, I mean, which makes me feel nice. I mean, people are surprised when they hear how old I am. Usually I get, oh, you're 35 or 34, something like that. Do you have some specific settings that you can share when you set up your TradingView account, or is it just the way it comes with a more premium account? Raghorn, I'm not sure what you mean. This is the standard view, but then on TradingView, you can select your indicators, you can select your candlestick formations or your price data formation. Again, just as a recap, the standard price indicators, and I didn't come up with this, it was how I was taught when I went through classes learning about technical analysis. The main price indicators that we focused on were the MACD, the RSI, and the stochastic RSI. Also took a look at that chalk and money flow CMF. I use it every now and then. The KST, no sure thing, is another momentum indicator I use once in a while. But those are the three main, though. How much alcohol do you drink? Last year I was drinking a liter of whiskey a day. James, I hope you're joking. I'm glad that you're spending your alcohol money on crypto, but hopefully you weren't drinking that much. Liquor at the end of the day, alcohol at the end of the day is a toxin. It really is. So guarantee you if I drink it all this week, now that I've had some wine, it'll be probably Saturday and it'll be a glass of wine. It's not going to be much. I've cut back my drinking a lot, and I'm happy I've done it. Doesn't mean, though, I was thinking about this the other day because Raoul Pal he does podcasts where he has drinks with Raoul, and if you guys have been here, you know I used to have Crypto Happy Hour, and I kind of miss doing that. You know, I kind of miss having one day during the week where I have a drink, and I encourage anyone who does drink, and I respect anyone who doesn't drink, to pull up a drink, have a drink with me, and just talk crypto. And I might revamp that and bring it back, make some tweaks to it, but kind of miss doing that. I mean, it works for his channel, so why can't it work for my channel? Keep in mind, DCF, I'm just catching up on comments here. Keep in mind, DCF, just because something hit a certain level the prior bull cycle does not imply that it's a guarantee. Think about this for a moment. Let me ask you a question. Why is it a guarantee that an asset will at least hit or exceed its prior all-time high? Why is that a guarantee? See, here I think it's not a guarantee, but here's where I think you can use the numbers to work in your favor. Assess the strongest, gravitate to the strongest charts, because the strongest charts will continue to be the strongest charts until proven otherwise, right? I have always given an honest assessment on every chart, but on Casper, I've said for a while now, Casper looks like a flaming train wreck. It looks horrific. Now, will I change my opinion? Conditionally, yes, if the chart changes. But unless the chart changes around, it looks like a flaming pile of shit. Casper looks like a fucking war hero. Its chart is phenomenal. Will I change my opinion to it looks like a dumpster fire? Only if something significantly, materially changes in the chart. Besides that, it looks like a hero. So, I mean, that's how I operate. Logic. Did my package arrive? Ooh, my package arrives. You guys want to see my package? You want me to air this thing live on TV? Give me 1 second. Let me see how complicated the box is. Give me one moment. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I knew that the artwork would look phenomenal. But now that I'm looking at this in person, I can't wait to hang this up. I am unveiling the new background to all of my fellow and future CASPA members, community members, supporters of the project. I introduce to you CASPA, the crypto trilemma hero. That is a kick-ass motherfucking piece of art. Check that motherfucker out. We're going to unveil that shit. That is the new piece of art that's going. That's pretty damn. So what inspired this piece of artwork was obviously the Triforce from The Legend of Zelda. There is something called the trilemma problem within crypto that CASPA looks like it has solved, which is something that is decentralized, scalable, and secure. And that is some beautiful artwork on there. That is great. Yeah, so I worked with a graphic designer to complete that. So super, super excited to get that hung up. I think I'm going to do that today. Woo! It's looking beautiful. Let's see what we got. I'm revved up now. Man, what a difference 24 hours can make, right? I felt like a zombie yesterday. DCF, we'll see, man. I'm just trying to be hopeful. I'm just trying to be hopeful. Smart move. Smart move, DT. Oh man, it's a tough comment, facts over feelings, but I really appreciate your screen name. Look, I'll just say this, and then I think I'm beating a dead horse. There are people in the community who... there are content creators in this space who I think, some of them, I think they're actually being honest with you, but I think their perspectives are just off. I think that there are some people in this space who sometimes get tied to a community and they feel like they can't leave that because that's what draws in. I'm just using logic here. I'm guessing, okay? I don't know anything for a fact. I think there are some people who garnered a lot of their subscribers from latching onto a community and having those community members follow their channel, and they count on revenue from their YouTube channel, so they just keep pumping out videos on the same old projects, right? And also some of these individuals, I think, also say they've done all this research and they believe in the fundamentals, but I just don't see how your line of thinking over time doesn't evolve as the charts change. Like, first off, I don't understand how you can support a project where it's just been bleeding and it's been an underperformer and you've gone nowhere. Do you know the market? Like, if you were in the AI space or the meme space, let's just pick two sectors, you could have blindly picked anything and it would have gone up massively. If you were in front of that and you recognized one of the things growing as an investor in this space through personal self-growth and recognizing things, one of the biggest narratives were memes. One of the biggest narratives were AI. So how could you not be invested in that space? But instead, people latch on to these same old projects, and I don't get it either. I don't get it. I'm always honest with you guys. Like I said, I'm very open and receptive to change. I'm very open and receptive to growing as an investor and having my viewpoints change over time. I think I come out here a lot and I self-acknowledge when I've made mistakes and how calls I've had in the past have not worked out. I've owned that. And calls that have worked out, I've also called that out as well. So, you remind me of Michael Scott. Dude, that's a compliment, James. Happy Gilmore is a kick-ass movie with Bob Parker. That is a kick-ass movie, man. You're really dating me. So when that movie came out, I'm pretty sure I was in oh my God, was that high school or junior high school? It might have been junior high school. I might have been like 7th or 8th grade. It might have been 8th grade. Oh, it might have been junior high school. Jesus. Holy shit. Can you imagine CBG with long hair? Guys, I used to have long hair. Used to also have braces. Used to also have glasses. Looked a little bit different. Looked a little bit different. DT, I did not know. I'll have to go to I'll have to go to my YouTube analytics and see. Maybe you're in that 60 to 65 number. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't realize you were older than me. I thought we were around the same age. Guys, you don't have any other TA questions? You don't have any other TA questions? Well, I'll just leave you with this. I am going to be hanging this beautiful piece of art that I just got. Very excited about the Crypto Trilemma Hero. Scalable, secure, and decentralized. Caspa. All right, guys. Until next time, let's all spread awareness and let's carry the education forward. Before you tune out, I am in conversation. I'm not gonna show you the DM. That's probably him. Let me see. Let me see if I can give you a time for tomorrow. Hold on. Let me see what this guy said. I'm in conversation about doing a Spaces tomorrow if I can attend. Oh my God. Ugh, so late in the day. Oh, Jesus. You see my reaction. I love you guys, but come on, a Friday at 7 o'clock? Oh, God. Well, maybe I'll be doing a Spaces tomorrow. Friday at 7 o'clock. All right. I mean, oh, my God. I was actually going to go out tomorrow, to be full transparency, so I was hoping it was going to be earlier in the day. So we will see. I might be doing a Spaces tomorrow, but 7 o'clock on a Friday is a little bit of a hard sell. So, okay. Until next time, everybody, let's all spread awareness and let's carry the education forward. Take care.